really regret telling this story now.
I got banged up in the cell.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Everyone snogs everyone else.
Hey, you want the swing?
Who do you think I am?
When I was 19, I went and did Camp America, and I ended up being put in this very lovely summer camp in New Jersey, but it was basically a Bible camp.
Oh, gold.
I know. And I had a little camp romance with this lad who also worked there. He was American. And one night, we were down by the lake on this jetty. I really regret telling this story now because my mum is very supportive and likes to watch when I'm on shows. But I gave him a little hand shandy. And it was happening. And then when he nearly arrived at his destination, he stood up with such speed, and I've never seen it before and I've never seen it since, but he stood up on the jetty, whipped his trainer and sock off, and put the deposit into his sock.
Oh, wow.
And then tied and knotted it and threw it in the lake. And this all happened in about 7 seconds. It was such
Wow.
It was no, not from beginning to just...
Oh, OK.
You're good.
Speedy Bible bashing.
No, just the move at the end was just... He'd clearly done it before.
Oh, yeah.
And he threw it into the lake and went our separate ways. And then the next morning, me and him were in charge of doing what was called a polar lake swim, where you get up in the morning at, like, 6 o'clock and you wake up all the kids and you all run down to the lake and jump in.
Wow.
And we jumped in, and suddenly this, like, little boy is just going...
Oh, my God.
I found something! And he fishes it, and it's the sock from the night before. And he was like... Woo! And was whizzing it round, so it was sort of car washing everyone around. And I had to be like, Brandon, put it down, you don't know where it's been. Because I knew exactly where it had been.
Maisie, that is a brilliant
I'm not
story.
proud.
Very, very good.
Lovely, nippy story there. Lovely. It's a passport. You're right in there, like Flint.
I know.
Oh, dear.
In 1979,
Right.
when I first met my wife,
Yeah.
to be,
Yeah.
I asked her, would she like to go on holiday with me? So we drove to Gatwick Airport for our week's holiday. The only time, I have to say, in the 41 years I have known my wife, she got drunk on that holiday.
I would imagine someone who has to spend a lot of time with you drinking quite a lot.
We had a fantastic week. We came back to Gatwick Airport and I go through customs, my passport, and the next minute I'm whisked off into the cells. So the customs officer says to me, "Who are you?" What do you mean, who am I?
Who are you? Like a football chant, yeah.
So they said, "Who are you?" So I said, "I'm Chris Camara," it says in my passport. They said, "No, you're not." I got banged up in the cells for the night. My poor wife, Anne, out there. I'm driving as well, my car, no insurance for her, so she don't know what to do.
Weren't your four mates there to take her home?
What it was, when I joined the Royal Navy,
yeah.
they gave me a 20-year passport.
Okay.
I didn't like that photo, so I took it out and stuck the new picture on.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and I forgot my own name once.
So, 1996, I was just starting out in television, and I was a runner to start with for a production company, and I got a job on this wonderful show called Light Lunch, which was a show on Channel 4 that I imagine many of you...
One person.
It was a wonderful show to work on. Two up-and-coming femme fatales of the comedy industry, I'd say, at the time.
We don't mention Sue on this show,
No,
actually.
we don't. And then we had these brilliant and raucous rap parties. So when the series finishes, everyone kind of goes out and has fun and gets a bit drunk. And our rap party was quite debauched. And... It was famous for kind of everyone kind of throwing off their kind of shackles and getting rid of any sexual tension that might have been built up through the series.
What sexual tension built up on Light Lunch?
So anyway, the rap party, long story short, everyone snogs everyone else. I end up snogging the talent. There are big rules in TV, and one is you don't snog the talent.
Well, you say that, but she's gone all the way with Mary Berry.
I've got really quiet and
So
sweaty.
this is hard, Mel, because I don't know if this is unforgivable or not.
What?
I
enjoyed it.
Yeah. You were in the
I know.
position of
Was it
power.
unforgivable of me?
I feel a council coming on.
I think I was wearing pyjamas, Derms. What?
And that came later.
You probably didn't.
Did you do any hand stuff?
Oh, I
Hang
don't.
on, what?
I don't remember.
We didn't do hand stuff.
I don't.
Did you do... Did you do butt stuff?
Did we do what?
Butt stuff.
What stuff? It was just good, honest 90s snogging, wasn't it?
90s snogging.
90s.
It was solid British anal. Good, old-fashioned British anal.
What is your informative wrongdoing?
When I was growing up,
It's bad, I can tell.
you know what? My classmates didn't like me. I was very badly bullied.
Right.
The big thing was the swings. There was only 2 swings, and all the kids wanted to run out and get the swings.
Yeah.
But you could get your friends to queue for you while you went and finished your lunch. No one would queue for me. So
Oh, I see. So Cindy's going for sympathy on her
Yes.
story, is she?
yeah.
All right,
So-
well, I was sad when I took the shit.
One time there was a field trip in the class, and I wasn't allowed to go on the field trip. So I ran out and I got a swing. And then as I was swinging, there were not a lot of kids around. I saw a young girl about my age. She was staring directly at me with no expression.
Oh, gosh.
And I got this fear that she had an expectation that she should have the swing. So I was like, hey, you want the swing? Like, I came across so aggressive. And this kid she didn't say anything. She was totally deadpan. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come off the swing. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you wanna look at me? I'm gonna take out your eyes. Like, I said really bad things. I lost my mind. I jumped off the swing. I walked up to her and I punched her in the center of her face. She fell over. I got a clap. Who was clapping this? I don't know, but thank you. I've never hit anyone else in the middle of the face. Let me
Can I
clear
just
that.
say, this middle of the face, do you mean the nose?
No.
What is the middle of the
You know,
face?
like in the movies, you punch someone, it's like, I literally just went poof, like here. I don't know what it was. So I got home, I walked in my front door, and in my living room, as I walked in, was sitting this kid. The same kid. She had a Band-Aid. She had a Band-Aid here. My mother came out of the kitchen with a tall, blonde woman and said, Sindhu, this is my new friend. She has a daughter who will be starting in your school. And we went in the kitchen. I was so shameless that I aggressed this kid in my kitchen. I turned and I said, if you say anything to my mother, you see what I'm gonna do to you. This child had not spoken at all throughout this. She didn't know English, that was the problem. It's not like she couldn't speak, she just didn't understand English. She arrived the day before. But also, she never told my mom or her mom.
Of course she didn't. She knew what would happen.
No, it
That's
was
what you've got to do to
terrible.
Sanders. Break her.
Already done, Richard.
Nice.
The informative childhood original sin.
OK, well, you know that thing you do when you're at school of drawing a spunky dick on a desk?
Yeah.
Basically, all I did was that. Although, scale-wise... So what we did was we got some petrol...
Wow.
And we laid out a dick on the school field, and then we burnt the dick into the field. So that from every classroom in the school, you could see a massive spunking cock that was burnt into the playing field. But it's a victimless crime, really. I would recommend it to anyone watching. I mean, don't do... Actually, no, I should say don't do that at your school unless you want to be a fucking legend.
At what point in the school day did you manage to pull that off?
Oh no, this was a nighttime affair.
Stop it.
It's not. You
I thought you
can't
were
do
in the
that
day.
in the day.
It was in lunch break or
Who
something.
do you think I am? Just wandered back in lunch, going, I've just got some petrol, I'm just going to burn a massive flaming cock into the playing fields. I'm sure everyone would be cool with that, right? Right?
What was the punishment? Surely
Oh, we didn't get caught for that.
What?
There's no statute of limitations. You're admitting it now. So what will
What
the
are they going to do,
punishment be?
take back my GCSEs?
That's a great, great story. Well, to any viewers watching at home, if you do have a burning sensation on your penis, then do ring the number provided at the end of the show. It's very indicative, actually, of the patriarchal society that it was a burning penis that you decided to draw, Jimmy. What's wrong with a flaming vagina?
Nothing, and I'm right here.